Basi mimi ni Korir Bethwell kutoka Nandi County. Langu nataka kuongelea mambo ya propose formula for sharing county revenue. What we've seen for the last 1 week happening in Senate is not a good show to this country. What we want to say as a Nandi youth is that we would like a country that is united, a country that shares its resource in equitably manner, in a manner that no county should feel left out. It is so unfortunate in Kenya that we want to deny or we want to take money from other counties to add into other counties, which is not good, simply because if certain counties feel that they are not part of this country or they are not valued, and then we are heading in the very wrong direction. That is why it is my proposal that we find a formula that will work for the marginalized communities and majority communities. Because if we are going to say we are only going to use a population as a factor, and then what happened to a county, for example, in Northeastern, that has not developed or has no tarmac road since independence? Yet we want to take money to a county that has more tarmac roads. It will not be fair. Because remember, those marginalized counties, those marginalized communities belong to Kenya. They are Kenyans like any other Kenyan. A Kenyan in Kiambu and a Kenyan in Garissa are the same and are equal. Yes. They should be treated equally. So our urge to the President of this Republic is that please, Mr. President, we elected you to become the President of the Republic of Kenya. We didn't elect you to become the President of certain region, because that is the picture outside, that it's appearing as if you just want certain regions only to benefit at the expense of others. And so we are asking you to become a father, the same way fathers behave in a family, that you share the resources equally. You don't take resources from another child and add to another child. It is very wrong. It will bring animosity, and this country will not be stable. So we are urging the President that you take charge, provide leadership. We know your father, what he did in 1963 when we got independence. He looked at this nation. He didn't look at in terms of region, but he looked at as a whole country. And he tried to bring cohesion and unity of Kenyans. We want to see the same going forward. It will not benefit me as a resident of Nandi. For example, we are Kenny County. It will not benefit me if today in Nandi we are given certain millions belonging to Garissa and the people of Garissa are suffering. Yes. Yes. Yeah. What will happen if I marry from Garissa? I love my nephews in Garissa. I love my relatives in Garissa. So we need to look at a country as a whole first before we look at individual counties. That is why this country is yearning for leadership and patriotism, so that we don't have an issue in Senate whereby everyone is defending their own county. Senators are elected to defend devolution, and defending devolution is sharing money equally, so that every county feels that they are part of this nation. Another issue that we want to talk about is we've had some people arguing that populous counties pay more revenue than the others. But we just want to ask them too that they should remember that those populous counties, for example, have more industries, which means the people from that counties are being employed more than people who come from marginalized counties. They should look at also in that angle. That, for example, if you go to Kiambu, for example, we have more industries in Kiambu than Garissa, of which more people are being employed in Kiambu than being employed in Garissa. Same to Singishu, same to Nakuru. You know? So we are asking our senators to just look at this country as a whole, and not look at individual county. And then the second question that we need to ask, in as much as we want more money to be devolved, there is also a question of accountability of the same money. Where is the accountability? Is it only enough to bring more money to counties, yet we don't follow what same money does in these counties? Because you are facing a problem in a country, especially when it comes to devolution. More money are being stolen. We are seeing a lot of corruption, a lot of burning bills, because there is totally an accountability in terms of resources in our counties. How I wish that the vigor and the energy shown in the Senate should also calm down when it comes to protecting the money that have been devolved in counties. Because when you look at Kenya now, literally there is no development happening. Why? Because you find that the money that have been devolved has not been used in a proper manner, because the systems are not working well. And then we also have another issue of which we feel we should address, the issue of release of money to counties. I feel like there is a problem when it comes to disbursement of money. You find that most counties don't receive their monies on time. That one will bring problem, because we shall have stalled projects, we shall have delayed salaries, of which it is unnecessary. So we ask our national government, please do something on that end, because we just want to see the progress in this nation. In ending my talk about corruption, we also want to ask the president this, that it has been my view that in this country, when the president told us that he wanted to fight a ghost of corruption, and then he laid out the process, it was my view that the process that he laid down was not enough, and it was not sincere. Up to date, I still dare the president that your process of fighting corruption is not sincere. I always have one phrase, that if you think Kenya is fighting corruption, you have two problems. You are either suffering from a big disease, or you are totally naive. Because we can't have a country whereby when certain people steal money, they are protected, they are not being prosecuted. And then when it comes to certain people who are perceived to follow a certain person, they are being prosecuted, harassed, arrested, especially on Fridays, which is totally wrong. We know what's happening. And we know what's happening because it's about how we see it, how we perceive it. And it is not right. It is not right, because what we are doing with corruption or fighting corruption is playing politics. Me, I see as a play of politics. Because when you associate with a certain person, especially the Tanga team, it is so easy for you to be arrested and be prosecuted. When you are from Kieleweke, it is very difficult for even to investigate you. And that's what is happening in Kenya. Yes. And so we want to call upon the criminal justice system just to be fair and do their bit and do their work. Even about guidelines, Ministry of Health guidelines. It's only last month that the people of Western, the leaders from Western, wanted to do a meeting. They were chased with tear gas. But when Kieleweke, the Murades and Atulis of this country meet about 200 people, they are being protected. And there is no tear gas. What are we showing the nation? That in this country, we have people who are above the law and we have those who are below the law, which is a very dangerous precedent. It is a very dangerous precedent. Because if this country is going to behave in that manner, you know, we just want to ask, why should you ask a certain person to follow the law or guidelines or procedures which is not being followed by a certain individual? I mean, why should we follow? Give me a valid reason why I should follow the same. If you are treating me different from another person, it is totally wrong and I don't agree with it. And soon and very soon, it's not like we are very stupid. We know what's happening. We are just waiting to see how this thing is going to turn out. Why we are saying we are waiting is because we are waiting for the president to listen to him and to show us why all these things are happening. We respect the president so much and we voted for him, especially people from Rift Valley. We voted for him. But what we are seeing, we want to tell him that we are not satisfied with it. One, the reason why we are saying we are not satisfied with people from Rift Valley is this. Our professionals are being targeted. And this is what most people may not say it. You find that a college in a certain parastatal are being removed, being accused of corruption. You start with KPLC, Kenya Power. The same. Even board of directors of Kenya Power, the same happen. What is wrong in this country? Is it that the people from Rift Valley is not needed in government or what? And that is why we are saying, if the president feels that the people from this region, which we voted almost to a man, are not wanted in this government, please take the list and fire them once. Don't fire them one by one. Fire them once. So that we know this government of which we thought it was our government is no longer ours. We are saying these things because we are very frustrated. We are saying these things because we want to be heard and want to be listened to. Because this is what is outside. We feel very bad. And that's why we want to call upon all the youth of Kenya and especially from Rift Valley to observe peace and let us promote peace. Because we know one thing, that Kenya today is not a Kenya of yesterday. All these things that is happening is actually trying to achieve one thing: tribal animosity, of which we want to say that is a thing of the past. We are not going to fight our brother simply because someone in government is playing politics. We shall play your politics, but at the end of it all, we as Kenyans, we know what to do when it reaches that time. Because we know we are stealing the money. We know we are trying to play tribal cards. But one thing we've realized since 2007 is this: if there is a civil war, if there is a tribal war, there are only one winners and losers. The winners are only leaders and the losers are the common man. So we, the common man, have declared that this time round you are not going to win because you are not going to fight anymore. For that remark, thank you.
Okay. Nianze? I'm Kipchumba Cosmas, a resident of Nandi County, a representative of youth and person living with disability. On this issue of county revenue bill, we want to say that Kenya is one. And when Kenya is one, we want a formula that it will promote peace in the country. And that formula is a win-win formula, so that all counties can feel that they are part and parcel of this country of Kenya. As people of Kenya, we want a country that has peace. So what I urge our senators is be an independent party. Be people who have their stand. Here, we are not standing because of handshake, because of our parties, kieleweke or tanga-tanga. Here we are talking of issues that affect our people of Kenya. So on the issues that affect our people, we need a formula that it unites all the people
of Kenya.
So we urge our senators that when you will meet on Tuesday, the only way is let's unite Kenya, because that is the only way that we can assist our people. Because when we talk of 1 vote, 1 shilling, 1 man, it will bring a lot of chaos in our country. Recently, I heard on the governor of Muranga talking. When we go on that perspective, each county will have its own fight with another county, with this neighboring county. And that fight, it will not lead anywhere. So we urged our president, Mr. President, provide leadership, because you are the head of state of this country. Have a consensus. Call all the senators, all governors, sit down and agree, because that is the only way. We must talk. We must sit down and talk. And that talk is to unite the country. Because if we will not unite our people, who will unite them? When you talk of Garissa, when you talk of Turkana, when you talk of those counties that will lose the money, their poverty index is high. So they still need more money so that they can promote their economic development. So we urge the president provide the leadership. And I urge the senators have an independent mind. Also, this issue of threatening other leaders because of their stand, that is not the way to go. Because each person has his own stand. So don't threaten me because I have this stand or that person. Please, we are in a country that is, everybody has his own freedom. So we urge the president and those errand boys who are threatening other people, stop it. Thank you.
Kwa majina ni Festus Kipkoech, mkazi wa hapa Nandi na kiongozi wa vijana. Leo tumesimama hapa kufuatilia maneno yale ambayo tuliona kule Senate jana. Kama vijana wa Kenya hii, tunasimama kwa mambo ya kusema Kenya ni moja na kila mtu ako na haki aishi Kenya na apewe ama afaidike na rasilimali ya serikali. Kwa hii mambo ya ZAR ambayo CRA, hii ya County Revenue Allocation, tumeona kwa Senate, tunataka tuwasi maseneta wetu wa Kenya ni watu wa kuheshimika sana, na tunaomba wajunge hiyo heshima sana, Ni vigumu sana tusikia kwamba Senate imeshindwa kuamua maneno. Senate ambayo mtu kama senior counsel Rengo amekaa chini katika Senate. We respect our senators and we urge them to be faster on this decision making. Sisi kama vijana wa Nandi tunajua kwamba kama tukienda njia ya one man one vote tutafaidika sana, tutakuwa the major beneficiaries. Lakini mbona tufaidike na yule kijana mwingine mwenye ako pale Isiolo, ako pale Northeastern, ako pale Wajir anateseka? Hatutakubali. Alafu swali la pili, ile ambayo umetupea kidogo hatujapata faida nayo. Mbona tutake mingi? Let us benefit from what we have been getting first. The senator should follow up to the letter that what we've been receiving as counties is utilized for the benefit of the Wanjiku. Hatutaki maneno kusikia ati hata tunataka tukadai maneno ya senator wetu ambaye anasema pesa ikuje Nandi alafu watoto wa pande nyingine wakose. Tunataka Kenya, hata mimi nataka siku moja niende nifanye biashara kule Wachir. Na kwa hivyo ndiye moja ya kufanya mimi niende nifanye biashara Wachir ni kuweka pesa Wachir. Ndio barabara ipatikane, stima ifike huko, maji ifike huko, hata mimi niende nifanye biashara huko na kijana mwingine hapa Nandi. Sisi Kenya tunataka kama vijana wa Nandi, tunataka heshima, tunataka mambo ya kila Mkenya akuwe na haki. Na tusione mtu mwingine kule Kenya pande nyingine as if is a less Kenyan. That is wrong. We are all equal and the revenues should go to the marginalized communities and counties should be considered highly. Senate should be independent. And then we want to warn people who are threatening the senators. I want to encourage Senators Sakaja and Murkomen. They should be on the lead and make sure that Kenyans benefit all Kenyans and not their specific counties. And the senators should note that when it comes to legislative matters, it is not about their own counties, but it's about entire Kenya. But when it comes to issues like oversight and whatever, it should be to specific counties. Lakini kama imefika mambo ya kufanya sheria na nini na allocation ya resources, senator wa Nandi si wa Nandi akuwe senator wa Kenya na senate ikuwe moja. Sisi kama vijana tutakubaliana na hii uongozi ya Jubilee. Na hii mambo anaita handshake tutakubaliana naye siku moja. Ile siku ambaye ile kitu ambayo tunapata Nandi hatutapata kwa kuwa mwingine kule kaunti nyingine kule Turkana amekosa. Hiyo ni uongo. Hatutakubali hiyo. Tunataka tupate kama mwingine hajakosa. We shall not be happy when we are getting at the expense of another brother somewhere else. Kenya is one, and we as the youth of Kenya, we are patriots. And we shall not be used like we've been used before by politicians. This time round, we know what we want, and we know who is Kenyan and what Kenyans need. Viongozi wetu kuwa imara na mjio wa Kenya wote. Kuanzia ile kona ya kule Busia mpaka Mombasa wanafanana na wapewe haki yao. Asante.
Wengine anakufa maskini na sisi tuko hata kwanza hapa nade bado tuko na chakula mzuri. Na wala wako na shida hawasaidiwe vizuri.